Okay, hi guys, and welcome to the show. Now today I had a watch review scheduled. However, something very important has turned up, and I am actually wearing it. So I'm gonna skip wristwatch check just for the moment. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I just had to share this with you. Yeah, something very special indeed. Anyway, let's roll the intro and then take a closer look. Here we are now. I'm extremely excited. I've been waiting for this very patiently for some time now, and as you can see, it's from the UK, Royal Mail, which makes sense because I think when you get to see what it is, it could only have come from the United Kingdom. This was a watch very special to the UK, and as you could probably tell, we're joined by a little Spitfire there to mark the occasion. Now, I'm really excited about this. I'm probably going to forget all the important points to say, but anyway, and Leaky's back to do the special honors. Let's just, and I should do a wristwatch check. I'm wearing the old Zin 104 on my Lucky Zulu strap. This is a strap that I've owned, and you can tell, look how frayed it is. I call it Lucky Zulu strap because it's just been with me longer than I've had a channel, longer than I've owned a lot of my watches. So that is my wristwatch. Anyway, let's get on with it. First incision. So obviously it doesn't come with box and papers. Once you see what it is, it will make sense. Beautifully wrapped. So there it is. Very nice little kind of faux crocodile pattern box. Anyway, sorry. Okay. Good God, man, pull yourselves together. Right. So let's open it up. Drum roll. Got some more wrapping. Oh, there it is. You can see it's on a NATO strap. Let's just move that out of the way. I'm actually trembling. There it is. I can already see the hands. Oh, look at that. So, this is a World War II era from 1943. Look at those beautiful blued hands. That dial, completely untouched, aged and patinaed beautifully. This is the legendary 30T2. This was basically a military issued Omega for pilots during World War II. Rather anachronistically, it comes on a NATO strap, but I think it fits perfectly. And I've been so excited about this watch that I ordered two NATO straps ahead of time, with the fabric loops. This obviously in the Allied colours and an RAF coloured, regimental coloured there. So normally I don't do that ahead of time, but just look at those blue eyes. Oh, look at that. Remarkably good condition. There is obviously some rust, not rust, but some damage on the hands. But let's wind her up. And off she goes. So let me just explain a little bit of history about the 30T2 movement. It's a caliber that is used in many watches in the 1940s, and the movement is likely responsible for much of Omega's reputation for quality and accuracy during that period. The 30mm models were introduced in 1939, and as you know, that's a fairly important year because that's when the war started, and they were a highly adaptable space movement. There were different versions, and the production ran all the way up until 1963, I believe. The name derives from the fact that it's 30mm wide, and after 1949 Omega changed their movements and became the 3-digit caliber movements, which you'll see actually a good example is the one in my other Omega. Now, I was deeply inspired by the watches of Dunkirk, and I wanted a pilot's watch. Let's just pull out the crown and set the time, so it's non-hacking obviously. What is the time? It's 10:15. And the patina is quite incredible. It's definitely got a character of its own, but it almost looks like wood or something. It's just wonderful, and lovely domed crystal. The case is a little beaten up, but I mean, look, it's 70 years old, over 70 years old. So I got a real watch from World War II. I'm so happy. The 30 T2 is a 15 jewel movement. There are versions with the sub-seconds, but this is, I wanted this particular one because if you remember the poster I included in the Dunkirk video, this was the watch on the poster for Omega. I just like its simplicity. I love the plain Arabic numerals. I hunted around and this was the result. So very pleased. Now it has been tested on a time graph. I'm gonna obviously test it again myself. I don't have a time graph, but I will keep track of it with an atomic clock. So apparently it's running about plus 14, which, you know, for something it's more than twice my age is absolutely fine. I can't get over those hands. It's, oh my gosh, my hands are a little, my own hands are trembling a little bit. It comes on a very nice 18mm NATO strap. I think it suits it perfectly, wonderfully well. Although, as I said, anachronistic, but I think it's, I should put it on the Allied colours. What do you think, guys? Oh! Anyway, let's take it back to the studio, and I'll elaborate a little bit more on why I went for this particular watch. Wow, it's pretty obvious why I went for this particular watch, but yeah, let's take it back to the studio. Okay, guys, so as you can see, I'm absolutely over the moon. And talking of moon, I was considering the Speedmaster again, but I think what really appeals to me about this, well, like we did discuss in the Dunkirk video, that these Omegas very much were the precursor to the Seamaster line, and they were an integral part of history. And I'm not discrediting the Speedmaster at all, but the Speedmaster, you're not going to find a Speedmaster that actually went on a space mission. Well, you can, but you have to spend a lot of money. To have something of the period that was worn by a pilot, God knows the stories this watch could tell. I just think it's very much an unsung hero of the Omega watch line. I really do. I can't figure out why they haven't reissued these. I think they're beautiful. Of course, it is smaller, 33mm. It's an amazing amalgamation of elegance and yet the foundations of these tool watches that would make Omega so great. You know, we have those little poire or pear-shaped blued hands, incredibly elegant, and yet almost a Bauhaus look to it. Then we have that oversized crown. So yeah, I'm very happy with it. Of course, I would have loved to get the CK2129 that Hardy wore, but I think there's only 2,000 of those made. This is a little bit more common, although I think using that word common is yeah, I think there were about 3 or 4 on the market when I went to get this, all in different stages of patina and wear. Some had completely faded dials. This one, I do think, yes, it has patinaed a lot, but the blue hands were in great condition, and it has the romance, it has the history to it. I was thinking when I was lusting after Speedmaster, you know, a lot of people accuse the Submariner of being everywhere, but actually, I've got to say, the Speedmaster is the watch I see the most of, especially, I'm not sure if it's with the hipsters that are gentrifying Astoria, but it is a watch I see a hell of a lot more of. Don't get me wrong, it's still the icon. I still adore the Speedmaster. I miss my Speedmaster almost daily. You know, I've come to realize I'm a Navitimer guy now with my little rattrapante, or rattrapante, sorry, if we're going to say it correctly the French way, and my Tissot. You know, I'm not going to wear it. You know, I think I have to make that distinction between lusting after something you just want because it's not out of greed, but just because you want to tick that box, and something that you're actually going to wear. I'm definitely going to be wearing this. And I was actually considering a Seamaster again, chronograph with the 321, which is still to this day one of the most affordable ways to get your hands on a 321 movement. And I was considering getting a Bond Seamaster. Again, I know it's madness. I've owned, how many Seamaster dive watches have I owned now? It's becoming ridiculous. I think I've just got to, you know, be strong and say no, enough is enough. I wanted something a little bit more unique. I think this fits the bill. Also, it's small and slender size, you know, being a manual wind, obviously. It just fits me like a glove. Had it not have been for Omega, you know, making these integral tool watches for the pilots, I'm not saying they won the Battle of Britain, but what I'm saying is that being British, having family that were involved in the conflict, it's a little bit more personal. And I didn't discuss it or say anything on the channel because I didn't want to become a victim of the TGV tax. Oh, and quickly, before I forget, guys, quick shout out to my friend JPD, who sent in, well, he sent in so many goodies. Beautiful Patek Philippe magazines, and this 1943 Spanish magazine just happens to be the same year as my Omega. And inside is an article on the D-Day landings. I'm gonna have to get my wife to translate, but it tells you what was going on at the same time as this watch was being worn. Just magical. And as you can see, there's a beautiful Spitfire there. So, I mean, what poetic timing. So I just want to say a quick thank you to my good friend JPD, especially for the gifts. He even sent me a die-cast Spitfire model and all kinds of goodies. It couldn't have been better timing, so thank you so much, my friend. I'll share some more of the goodies he sent in the later videos. Thank you very, very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and found it useful, and as always, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Okay, ciao.